Hey there guys, and welcome back to UnJaded Jade. So today I decided that I'm gonna get really real with you and kind of go back to a time where I was not the Jade that you kind of know me as today. I think it's very easy to see people on social media platforms, especially YouTube, and kind of imagine them being like wholly, completely confident in real life, and that this confidence just kind of was given to them and that, you know, lucky them, they're confident. One of the reasons that I am such an advocate of self-confidence, especially in teenagers, is because I have not always been as confident as I am today. So I'm just going to kind of share with you my journey from around 12, 13 to now. Before I start though, I actually have a really exciting announcement, and that is that over the past few months I have been making a website. And it's called UnJadedJade.com, and it's not live yet, so don't look at it. But yeah, the company that I've made the website with is called Squarespace, and I initially made a website like months ago with WordPress, but I never really had the time to like properly learn how to use it, so it just never really like happened. But now I transferred it to Squarespace, which is so much easier and I love it so much. So this video and my next few videos are sponsored by Squarespace very kindly. My website will be live, I think, next week, so stay tuned for blog posts, etc. So a bit of background around me. Naturally, I've kind of never had a very high metabolism. Some people seem to be able to eat everything and anything and as much as they like and kind of remain at the same physique, or, you know, just sort of like a slim, toned figure despite perhaps eating like really badly. And I'm not that person. Yeah, and I've kind of always carried more weight around my tummy and my middle, and I've always had more of like a broader upper body, like my shoulders are quite wide. And as a child, I didn't care about weight at all. You know, as children do. I kind of didn't eat very well as a child, especially before I went vegetarian. I didn't eat very well. But yeah, again, the great thing is, I did not care at that time. I did not care. I never looked at my weight or figure in that way, and I'm really grateful for that. However, when I reached the age of about 12 or 13, I hit puberty, and I was kind of one of the earlier people to hit puberty, which meant that a lot of the people around me still had the sort of like naturally slimmer child figure, if that makes any sense. Whereas I suddenly hit puberty and gained a lot of weight because of it. I gained quite a lot of weight on my hips. I remember developing more weight around my tummy and my thighs, and yeah, it just wasn't like a very nice time. It's just sort of like an awkward phase. So when I hit puberty, I also got braces, which was really great. And not that many people around me had braces because, again, I was kind of earlier to have them. And I'm not saying braces is bad, and I'm very grateful that I had braces, but at the time it was kind of just yet another thing which I felt made me look uglier. Right, now add social media to the mix. So it was about the age of 13 that I got Instagram for the first time. It was like my first proper social media. I was really excited, and what is the first thing you do when you get social media? You go and you follow your favourite celebrities. So I was there, I followed all these beautiful models and Victoria's Secret models, and at that time I didn't know that social media portrays the most idealistic version of someone's life. Like, that just wasn't really like well known because social media wasn't as much of a thing at the time. So yeah, I can just remember thinking like, oh my god, these people are gorgeous, their figures are so toned, and I look nothing like them. And I have a vivid memory of sitting in the bath, and I remember looking down at myself, and I remember pinching the fat on my tummy and looking at my thighs and basically just telling myself, Jade, you are so ugly, like, you don't look anything like those models. And I remember touching the stretch marks on my thighs and thinking like, no one has these, like, why am I so weird, why am I so different, like, oh god, I've got to hide these from everyone. And that is such a damaging place to be in. Like, I could not look at myself in the mirror without, like, kind of pinching my fat, or like thinking, oh my god, like, Jade, like, what are you wearing? That doesn't look good on you. And especially around that time, the crop top became the fashion, and the popular girls, they were wearing crop tops. And so I remember going into the shop and trying some crop tops on, thinking like, yeah, this is the route to popularity, yeah. And I can remember being in the changing room, trying it on, and I literally wanted to burst into tears because it was not flattering on me at all. Well, the thing is, it felt like it wasn't flattering. It should not matter, like, how you look. If you want to wear a crop top, you should wear a crop top. At the time, it just highlighted things that I really did not want highlighted. So that kind of started the whole negative spiral, downward thing of low self-confidence. I think the thing is, I never even was that conscious of the fact that my self-confidence was so low, and I didn't realise how awful the things that I was thinking were and how they were having an effect on my general, like, mental state. And this is why I do think mental health is so important. So yeah, as I was growing up that time, 13, 14, I was really keen to try all these stupid diets that you find online, all the, like, fad diets, which were like, oh yeah, like, cut carbs, only eat this or get rid of that, and that was making you fat. And yeah, it just wasn't very healthy the way I was thinking about food, and I'm very thankful that it never developed into an eating disorder. I think my mum is a massive inspiration in that, because she kind of suffered eating disorders as a teenager, and I think because of that, she's always been very aware of the way that she's raising me and my brother, and I think she made a conscious effort to try and make us always feel confident in our own skin. And I think if it wasn't for the influence of an amazing family and the support of really, like, amazing friends that kind of, like, lifted me up, yeah, I think it could have easily developed into something worse. Say I had parents who said, oh, you look really bad in that, or oh, are you really gonna wear that, Jade? Like, that makes you look a bit chubby or something. If they had made comments like that, I think I would have really spiraled into a really dark place. My mum, she is such an angel. Like, even today, if I'm like, oh mum, I look really bad in this, she always says, oh Jade, you always look beautiful. So I know you're watching this, mum, so I just want to say thank you for always being so amazing and loving. As time progressed as a teenager, I kind of went past that awkward phase. I got my braces off. I was no longer in the real puberty phase, and I sort of had learned my body more. My diet improved dramatically, and I'm not joking, I think the thing that really turned my life was going vegan. I've always been too much of a sweet tooth, and I could easily eat like a pack of Oreos and like a massive pack of cakes and loads of crisps and probably still eat more. And so going vegan sort of, like, provided enough restriction in those areas that I never ever feel like I need to, like, binge or anything. And I think the ethics behind it are such a strong reason to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And all the vegan YouTubers that I watch are so inspiring, and yeah, I've just been able to maintain a much healthier weight so much easier, more easily. And, like, obviously I still have, like, more weight on my stomach, and obviously my thighs still touch and stuff like that. And that doesn't mean that I'm fat, and that doesn't mean that I'm unhealthy, because unlike what social media says, that is normal and that is natural and that is healthy. And nowadays I feel so much more confident in my own body. It's absolutely crazy, the shift. When I look in the mirror, I think, Jade, like, you are beautiful, you are worthy of feeling happy and being successful. And I think through repeating these positive phrases about yourself, that is ultimately changing your entire mindset. Even if you're practically lying to yourself at the start and being like, oh yeah, like, I love myself, even if it is lies, I think you've still got to say it. every single day say something positive about yourself. I can't pinpoint a moment where it clicked and I felt positive and I was happy in myself and all of that was behind me. Like it doesn't work like that. And there are still days where, you know, I question my own confidence, and in those moments where I feel low, I might see a negative hate comment on YouTube like, oh, you're so ugly or something. And again, it is sort of an ongoing journey, and I think mental health is an ongoing thing and you have to look after it. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to kind of share my experience and normalize not feeling completely confident in yourself, because I know that a lot of people do feel that way, and I know that a lot of people don't talk about it. If you are feeling not comfortable in your own skin, or you feel too fat or too skinny or too ugly, or people say mean things about you, people say you wear too much makeup, people say you don't wear enough makeup, I just wanted to say that you are enough right now, like right this second. And confidence isn't something that I can just give to you. It's not like, oh yeah, you can now be confident. It doesn't work like that, and the only person who can make you feel confident is yourself. You can do things like surrounding yourself with amazing people and eliminating toxic people from your life, but at the end of the day, the person who knows you best and the person who is going to make you feel the best version of yourself is you. And that's partly why I'm such a big advocate of like trying all these new things and growing as a person and jumping into new opportunities like NCS and D&V and all these random things, all in the hopes of kind of developing yourself as a person and being able to grow your mindset, developing this confidence in who you are. If on social media you follow people who make you feel unworthy or lesser for some reason, just unfollow them. Simple as. Only follow people who you think you are gaining something from, whether it is inspiration or motivation, or you're really good friends with them or something like that. Again, as I say, this is all my own experience. This is sort of my own journey to becoming a more confident person in myself. But yeah, I know that it is a kind of common struggle, especially among teenage girls. So yeah, you're not alone, and it does get better, 100%. The older you get, the better it will get. So there's my honest video for you guys, and I'll probably make another video on this because I feel like I've just kind of scratched the surface and it's been very rambly and like jumping all over the place. But it is a topic that I'm very passionate about and I do want to talk more about, as scary as it is and as vulnerable as it makes me. I want more people to talk about their insecurities, and if I can't even do it, then it's a bit hypocritical, isn't it? So yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. They are literally the best website provider that I could ever have imagined. You can have a website and not learn how to do the coding stuff, which I was gonna learn how to do this summer, but then I realized that it's a little bit of a bigger task than I imagined. Squarespace allows you to design a website so effortlessly. If for whatever reason you are looking to make a website, be it a blog or a personal website which you could put on your CV or something, like an online CV, I've seen people do that before, or for like a business or mini enterprise or anything. If you're looking for a website, I'd recommend Squarespace, and you can check them out in the link in my description, and you can use my little code, I'll insert it here. Bam. That is your code for a discount. And as I said, my website is going to be launching very soon and I've worked very hard on it, which is partly why I haven't made too many videos recently. So yeah, I'll be writing a blog post on this topic for my website as well. I think it's a lot easier to construct a coherent story through words than it is just kind of like chatting about it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please give this a thumbs up if you relate or if you think it's a topic that needs to be talked about more.